Hey, Soul Warriors, this is Jessica Noel. And today I'm going to be doing my last episode of the Summer of Self Love series. And today, in this final episode, we're going to be talking about allowing, accepting, and then embracing. So, the allowing and accepting and embracing pertains to, of course, yourself, because this is all about self love. This series is all about self love. So, the first part I want to talk about is allowing, just allow everything to be there. So, when we think about it in the context of something like gene keys or things that you're not necessarily liking about yourself, just allow those parts of you to exist and be present. So, allow the shadow aspects to be there and to be present. Allow other people. So, I want to keep bringing it back to you because we're talking about self love and your relationship with yourself, but it's also really pertains to other people. So once you have that down, then you can start to allowing other people's shadow aspects, allowing other people's behaviors to just be present. And it's really interesting to think about, like, am I disallowing that? And a lot of people are. You, it's like it's going to be there no matter what. But the thing is that there's a resistance to it, right? So just stopping the resistance and just allowing everything to be exactly how it is, allowing all parts of you to be exactly how they are and however they're expressing themselves now. And the same with everything else in your life. Just allowing actually helps you to reclaim all of this important energy that you've been either leaking or dispersing to others, or utilizing in this sort of battle or resistance inside of you, or maybe even outside of you, or both. So the first step is very important, and that by itself is extremely transformational. It will change you in and of itself, just allowing. So maybe that's a mantra: allow, 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 allow everything to just be exactly how it is. Allow all the parts of you to exist and to be there. So once you start allowing them to be there, you have this awareness about it already, right? And then you just start to allow them to be there. Then the next step is going to be acceptance. So accept everything exactly how it is now. You might not like how things are right now in your life. Maybe you do. And if you do, that's amazing. I'm super happy for you. But maybe you don't like exactly how everything is in your life. Maybe you don't like your current scenario, your current job situation, relationship, whatever it is. Maybe you just don't like exactly where it's at this particular moment. If you can just accept that that's where it is, just accept, yes, this is how everything is, and this is where it's at the moment. And then you can move to loving it, or another word of that is embracing it. So once you allow it, you accept that this is how it is, fully accept. Surrender is another way of talking about acceptance. It's about, okay, this is how it is. This is the truth of the matter. And I'm just going to let it be there. And I'm going to accept that this is how it is at this moment. And so there is a letting go, right? With acceptance, there's a surrendering and a letting go. I'm just going to let it all happen. I'm just going to let it all be there. Sometimes it can be really challenging. So I want to talk for a moment about letting go. It can be really hard to let go and to surrender. I would say it's one of the most important things that you can do, and it will lead you to massive transformation if you can just let go. And I have noticed that there's quite a theme happening right now where people are really being asked to let go, to surrender, to just allow things to unfold more now than ever. So if a lot of people are experiencing their core wounds, some things that have always been a pattern since an early age, they're experiencing those coming up for release now. As we're moving into this higher and higher vibration collectively, these things that have been ingrained in us and patterned in us for so long, that are core wounds, that are core shadows, they have to come up and out now, because we're trying to embody more and more of this high frequency light energy. And in order to do that, we have to clear out that which is not high frequency light energy, which happens to be these shadows and these wounds. So this is happening both at a personal level and also at a collective level, institutionally, on a world scale type of level. So you can see these shadow aspects coming up to be released, to be purged. So there's quite a bit of that happening right now. And it can be very gentle and very easy if you allow it, accept it, and then eventually embrace or love it. So I think that one thing to think about when we talk about letting go, surrendering, accepting, is if you can look at it like it's going to be there anyway, right? This is already the situation. It's not like you not accepting it or not allowing it to be there, surrendering to it is going to change anything. It's going to be there regardless. So if you can just let it be there, if you can just accept that this is where everything is right now, maybe it could even be helpful for some of you to say, well, maybe there's a reason why it's like this. Maybe there's something that I don't know. And I like to say this often, that What we know is just a tiny little fraction. It's just the tip of the iceberg. What we don't know is the rest of the iceberg is massive. So no matter who you are, where you are in your spiritual evolution, it's still true. It doesn't matter if you're realized, enlightened, whatever you are, it's still the truth. What you don't know is far, far greater and larger than what you do know. It's just a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction, not even 1%. So much more that you don't know. So if you can accept, maybe there's something that I don't know here. Maybe there's a purpose to this. Maybe I'm here, and like I've said so many times, we are soul in physical human form. Maybe I'm here to learn about this type of contrast. Maybe I'm here to learn about medical procedures. Maybe I'm here to learn about forgiveness, whatever it is. So maybe that's why it's presenting itself in your life, because you decided at a higher level that this is what you're here to experience and learn. So if you can, so for some people, framing it in that perspective can be helpful in letting go. What I can tell you is the freedom and surrender and letting go and caring less is another way of thinking about it. So for some people, it's like they care so much about other people and what other people are feeling and thinking and experiencing, or they care so much about how other people are perceiving them, or maybe they care so much about their job or their business or success or something like that. And so caring so much is holding on so tightly. So if you can start to care less, let go, let things unfold, maybe you're going to be guided in a direction that is so much more fulfilling, joyful, and happy than what you're living now. And so maybe you are holding on to something that is actually not in your highest good, and you're trying to be taken somewhere that is really in alignment with what you're asking for, but you're holding on and resisting. So framing it like that can be helpful to help you to say, okay, I don't know. And for some people in life, they have had traumas, they have had challenges, and that makes the holding on stronger. That makes anxiety stronger. That makes holding on stronger, because you're trying to prevent an outcome that was really painful for you in the past, right? So you're like, if I just control all these variables and all these factors, then maybe I'll be safe. Maybe I won't have this thing happen to me again. And a lot of times, most of the time, even, it's a subconscious process. But obviously that never works, right? What's going to happen is going to happen, whether you resist it or not, whether you're trying to control or not. And what the difference is that you're in misery while you're doing it, because it doesn't feel good to hold on. It doesn't feel good to control outcomes. It puts you in a lower frequency. It keeps you away from the things that you're really wanting to experience. So if you can look at this like childlike curiosity, like start to be like excited about like, well, I don't know how it's going to end. Like maybe this is going to be an adventure. If you can start to get excited about the unknown and start to get excited about where things are going to lead you. You can't control it anyway. You're just along for the ride. Can you just more observe? That's one of the things, is as you allow and let go and accept, you start to become more of an observer of your life, and you start to just let things happen, and you start experience things from more of an observer role, which actually means that you're in a lot of peace while things are happening. You're like, okay, I don't know what's unfolding next. I don't know exactly where this is leading me, but like having fun in the moment. So staying in the moment, having fun in the moment, trying to just embrace all of the beauty that you're in at that moment, trying to really enjoy your life, having fun, doing things that uplift you. So this kind of brings me to my next point, is about ascension. So the word ascension is often thought of as up and out. And it can be super fun to go up and out and have all these spiritual experiences and astral travel and all the different things, right? But true ascension, in my experience, is actually in and through. So it's like we have all of this, we're exterior, we're looking out for answers, we're looking to other people, we're putting our energy on other people, other situations. And if we can just take all of that energy and focus and awareness, and if we can just turn it inward and work on ourselves, what do I need to do for me? Because we have so many people have their energy all pouring to other people, and it's like you're losing your vital energy. And the only thing that you're responsible for, the only thing that you can control, is what you do with your energy and your thoughts and your life experience, your choices, right? So if you can call all that back and start to turn it inward, and start to say, what do I need to change within myself? What can I do to put myself in a happier place in this moment? And so there's all kinds of tools that we've talked about over the course of time to get yourself in a happier. So think about what's worked for me in the past. So looking within, really developing the relationship with yourself, really starting to get to know who you are, that might start with a question like, who am I? Who is my true self? And then start with your journey of discovering who you truly are. Allow everything that you discover to be there, accept it, embrace it. And that kind of leads me to my last point is about the embracing and the loving all parts of you. So, spoiler alert, if you have not watched the movie, the kids' movie Inside Out, and if you want to watch it, then definitely skip forward or maybe like 20, 30 seconds, because I do want to talk about Inside Out for a moment. So, I went and watched Inside Out, and I may or may not have cried during the movie at the part where the at the part where there's this belief system that is part of this movie, that there are these characters that are different emotions, and there's this belief system that's like this beautiful belief system. I think it was, I am a good person. And so one of the characters, Joy, was trying to get this belief system that was so crucial, she thought, to, to the girl that she's inside of, because they're all emotions. It's like it was a lost belief system, and she's trying so hard to get that to it. And then at one point during the movie, anxiety was in charge, because anxiety is trying to prevent these negative outcomes, trying to protect. So if you have anxiety, there's a very good chance that you are trying to protect, so that the not letting go is definitely anxiety, right? Trying to control outcomes, not letting go, that's a form of anxiety. So if you are experiencing that, that's all about trying to control outcomes. It's all about trying to protect, trying to prevent things from happening, trying to force things to go in a certain way. And that's never going to work. And that's going to actually mess with your peace and mess with your happiness, right? Because you can't be happy in these high vibration emotions if you're in anxiety. So anyway, at a certain point, this new belief pops up, and this new belief is not beautiful like the other one that says I am a good person. It had multiple beliefs with it, and it was like, somewhere I'm a good person, somewhere I'm a bad person, somewhere I'm a good friend, I'm a bad friend. There were some sort of like opposite types of beliefs into this one core belief, and it wasn't beautiful looking, right? It wasn't perfect. And so what one of the characters did when that belief came up and she saw all the different aspects, she was the same one that was trying to save this beautiful belief that was so perfect looking and perfect feeling. And what she did was she put her arms around it and she embraced it. She loved it in all of its imperfection. So if we can look at that as an example of what we need to do for ourselves, love yourself in all your imperfection. Sure, all of us have imperfections. We have gifts, we have shadows, we have parts of ourselves that maybe are undiscovered or unhealed or not highly evolved or highly evolved, or whatever judgments you want to put on that. But like, can you love it all? Can you just love and embrace all parts of you? That's actually one of the greatest secrets, is that once you start to just be okay with where you are and who you are in this moment and start to love all parts of you, that's all you ever have to do. Everything is okay just how it is. Can you just let everything be okay just how it is? When we think about holding on to negative emotions or feeling like we can't move forward in like this new way or become the highest version of ourselves, sometimes what's holding us back is actually our past. It's feelings and emotions and memories related to our past, things we've done, things we've experienced, and so on and so forth. One thing that I want to share with you that I'd like to encourage you to do over this summer is to think back, maybe just go into a meditation, go into a meditative state, and go back to all of the different versions of you that have ever existed, all of the different ages. I heard something in a song that actually activated this idea in me as making this a process. So go back to all of the different ages, all the different versions of you. Maybe at some ages, there's a bunch of different versions of you. Maybe there's one for each age, whatever it is for you. Go back to them and express gratitude for who you were at that age, for what you experienced, for what you went through, for what you did. All of these different versions and ages are all what has made you who you are today, and is part of becoming the highest version of you. So they've made you into the person that you are today, and it's going to continue to make you into who you're going to become, the highest, truest, most authentic version of you. These are all the building blocks. So if you can go back and you can give gratitude, respect, and love to all of these different versions and ages, right up until where you are right now. that's a really beautiful and healing process. So I hope that you've enjoyed this Summer of Self-Love series. I have definitely enjoyed giving you a few little tidbits here and there. And I hope that you have an amazing summer. I really encourage you to do everything you can to just focus on only yourself and enjoy your summer and do things that bring you happiness, joy, bliss. And please remember always that the outer reflects the inner. So it's in and through. As you heal, as you transform, as you love and accept these different parts of you, become aware of them, go through this transformation, then everything outside of you changes and aligns. There cannot be a misalignment to what is happening inside of you, who you are inside, to what you experience outside. So if you want to change anything happening on the outside, then all you have to do is turn inwards and move into the healing transformation journey of awareness, allowing, acceptance, and loving or embracing all that you are and all that you're going to become. So I hope that these have been helpful, and I hope that you have a wonderful summer, and I will see you again in the fall. Please think about coming to some of my groups this summer. I have Embodied Wisdom, I have the Gene Keys, I have this really amazing initiation and meditation technique that's happening as well. So please come and see me there, and otherwise I will see you in the fall. I have so enjoyed connecting with you today, and I will still look forward to the next time. Bye for now.